God. So that's definitely much faster. Hi everyone, I'm Lila Tracy from Toucan Hobby, and right here I've got the awesome, probably one of the best ever articulated dump trucks. This is going to be the XDRC A40G in 1/14 scale. So let's jump into it and see what this awesome beauty has to offer. And now let's check out, first things first, the size of our hydraulic articulated dump truck over here. So I'm gonna try to lift this. So it's quite heavy. This is supposed to weigh in at around maybe 23 kg. That's like just a little bit off of literally half of my weight. So it's quite a large model, and it's very super heavy since we do have mostly metal. So the entire back over here is metal, apart from obviously the tires and the mat guards. And for the cabin over here, this top is going to be 3D printed, as well as this part and this part, but under it, the chassis over here, that's going to be metal. So it is quite very heavy, but for the actual size that we have of this one, for the length over here, we're going to be maybe around 90 centimeters in length. From the tire to around the top of the cabin, maybe around 29 centimeters. And then for over here, maybe around 25, 26 centimeters. But, you know, the most important height is over here, since it's almost literally the same. Now, although this part is a die-cast part, sorry, it's a 3D printed part, we do have these parts of the side mirrors being metal. So this entire frame over here, the frame of the side mirrors, is all metal, which are also adjustable, but of course it's not going to be a real mirror. So there is no reflection. It's more like a painted silver plate over here. And on the inside of the cabin, you cannot actually open it. There's no openable door. So this guy is in there forever. I do think they did change the guy that used to be on the inside from maybe a year ago. So this is the new driver that you'll be getting in your new models. Now coming over to the hood over here on the front, of course this is also a 3D printed part, which is quite easy to open, since this is also going to be your battery compartment. Your battery is going to be here. You'd be using a 3S5200 milliamp LiPo battery with an XD connector. That will be what comes with this one if you get the RTR version. And of course, we do have our valve block over here. The first one, 2 servos, one for steering and one for the hydraulic dump. And of course, we have our brushless motor over here. The drive motor is also kind of brushless, so both of them are brushless. So it works really well. I've never had anybody complain about having this model. Now over here on this part, we've got the ESC. So this is going to be a quick run 10 BL120 ESC. We have 2 of them on this one, so one on this side and there's another one on the other side as well over here. So now over here, this is going to be our receiver, 10-channel receiver with the light and soundboard right under it. So this is a compact pack, so nothing is going anywhere. But if you do need to change a receiver, which I did change for one of my customers to change the radio, we can still do that for you if you want. Now over here, oh my God. We do have the pressure gauge, so whenever you're running the pump, you may get until just under 3 MPa, which is way more than enough to run this awesome model. Now coming over to the side over here, let's take a look at the gigantic tires that we have on this model. So these are pretty sturdy tires, very full metal wheel hub over here on the inside. You can see the width of these tires is around 14 centimeters, so it is quite a large tire to have. Really beautiful, decent tread on it as well, so I really like that. And now over here on the top, we do have one rotating warning light and then the oil tank. So you do only have to remove this part with a screwdriver to add your hydraulic oil. There is a video I posted on Facebook about how to do that. And of course, we do have this decorative part for a smoke exhaust pipe, but we do not have any smoke units ever installed on such a hydraulic dump truck. And then over here, you do see these wires are going to be the ones that move the hydraulic oil from the tank to the back, since we do have hydraulic dumping here for the cylinders here and the other side, then the lines go this way. And of course we do have hydraulic cylinders for steering as well. Now over here, coming over to the back, it's the star of the show. We do have our full metal bucket dumper over here. I'll show you guys how deep it is and everything. But right here, let's look at the tires. I did want to show you guys the thickness of the tire itself is around, let's say, 5.5 centimeters thick. And then over here, we do have, oh my God. On the joint, we do have really smooth bearings as well, which is quite a cool joint. And then the tires in the back, we do have pivoting tires. So whenever you're on maybe rough terrain and stuff, you can easily just pivot. Look at that, pretty easy. Now over here on the top, for the bucket size, it's going to be around, let's say, 25 centimeters approximately wide. And then for the depth, I'm gonna do it from the below points to the highest point I can get. I'm thinking, what about over here, maybe 14, 15 centimeters. And then for the length of the bucket, that's going to be around 45 centimeters long. Now over here in the back, we do have the light system. Over here, we do have the rear lights. On the bottom, we do have a spotlight, one singular one as well. And then over here, we do have connections for a pin, so you can have rear hook attachments. You can tow whatever you need to tow. There's also another one here and more parts that you can use to connect whatever you need to connect. And of course, for the rear tires, you can see we've got good angles over here. So if you're in really rough, rocky terrain, you can easily just navigate everything. And since the whole body basically moves around and shakes, it's really easy to navigate. Now over here, of course, we do have our decoration fire extinguisher. So it's only on the right side. It's not on any of the side that you can also remove and also put it back. Pretty easy. So it's just a little bit more of that detail. So this articulated dump truck comes with the i6s radio controller. And of course, you have to connect your battery, put it on the battery compartment over here, XT60 connector. And after that is connected. So first things first, for the controller, we're going to use this button right over here. It's going to be your warning light. So when you press it, it has different modes that you can also switch in between. I'm thinking maybe around 6, I think 4 modes definitely that you're going to get on the warning light. And then for the other lights, it's going to be this switch. You can have the headlights turn on, and of course, you can also press and hold to have them switch into different modes. So that's going to happen in the back as well. You can also switch between another mode again. So that's going to be 2 different modes for all the lights. And then the last time, it's going to be off finally. But when you push it over to your right, you're going to have the indicator lights turn on instead only. And for the back as well, you can turn on the lights. And of course, we've got steering, indicator lights in the back as well. And of course, you can switch in between different modes in the back as well. And you also have the spotlight over there turn on, second mode. And then for the sound system, that's going to be a switch over here. So we've got the beeping sound, and of course, we do have the drive. So the drive and the sound needs to work together. You're not going to be able to drive anywhere without the sound. So reverse, if I turn off the sound and then I try to drive, there's just nothing that's gonna work. So turn it on and then drive. And of course, we have hydraulic steering. Just the sheer amount of weight on this RC makes the tables literally shake. One more thing that we have on this one is going to be speed transmission. So I'll show you guys the speed. So right now we're in low speed. That's as far as it goes for speed in the low mode. And then switch to high speed. So that's definitely much faster. And definitely a little bit more fun. but obviously in reality you do not need to be going that fast. Whoa, a little too fast. So now let's check out the dumper finally. So this is going to be the switch right over here. Push it up. We do have the hydraulic dumper lift. So now the dumping angle is almost, look at that, almost 90 kg. And from here you can see this part that's going to be a zinc alloy bridge. So this is all a really thick, nice, sturdy zinc alloy part. So it's really, really nice. And you can see the live axles being this one and the one in the back, and of course the one in the front as well. It is a 6x6. And then our motor is going to be probably and of course, whenever you're doing the dumping, you do have this part that's going to be able to close whenever it's down and then lift up whenever it's up. So once we lift it up, we do have some super strong wires over here that will hold the gate open. So the tailgate opens only when you're dumping and closes as soon as you come back down. Alright everyone, now that was our XDRC A40G articulated dump truck in the 1/14 scale, and of course I highly recommend you guys getting this one. The quality is solid, the build is solid, it is a beautiful model, super large in size, and of course you need it in your life. So I'm Lila Tracy from Toucan Hobby, and if you want to get this one, just contact me directly and I will give you the best price for it as always. And of course I will introduce to you many new models to come. So thank you for watching this video, and bye.